In this video, we're going to talk about League of Legends and Counter-Strike Global Offensive. These are two games that I'm particularly hoping that I'll continue, and I have been a little bit every once in a while, continue to be getting consistently better at these games. As late in the game as I am with these games, even though I already been playing them before a little bit, every once in a while, I was late getting into the games the first time, and I was even later at getting better at them, obviously. So at this point where these games are 10 or more years old, yeah, these games are easily more than a decade old, but like they still have consistent good things about them, even with as many people who probably have very left these games, especially League. I don't know about CS:GO, but like it's terrible for League right now because people are getting the idea of sunk cost fallacy getting them from League, and with CS:GO, it's like the funny thing about CS:GO is that people technically leave CS:GO over time, but not because it's a bad game or anything like that. It's because it's a game that they got used to, and it's like, and they moved on with their lives. But where people like me don't even know how to get used to it the first time, anyways. But like, sad as I may be, but so let's start with CS:GO. CS:GO. I'm using War Owl's guide on how to play CS:GO. I was recommending a few other creators tutorials, but I remembered War Owl because I played Among Us with him in the Crime Mode gaming server. A few rounds. In fact, one of the Among Us rounds was actually featured in one of Moriarty's videos. So the one where I accidentally betrayed him in the chastise of War Owl. So when M was killed because of me, unfortunately, I did that in accident. By the way, I mean, it was made a very very funny video, but it made a really funny video. But it was featured on video, the death. But I even liked how he reacted, how M reacted. But it was pretty fun. It's like, wow. But yeah, so that's how I know. That's part of the reason why I know War Owl. I've known him from other communities as well. I mean, he already had clearly over a million subscribers by the time I had known him in these circles. So he had over a million subs by that time on YouTube when I knew him from both the CS:GO circles. Maybe not so much that, but definitely from Among Us as well. So anyways, War Owl is that much more familiar for me, and so that kind of seniority is why I trusted his CS:GO guides over other people's. I just kind of use it as an excuse, but nonetheless, his guys were still really good, and I like the one video I'm watching so far is the one where he shows you how to use an AK-47 and practice the lineups of the spread fire, and it's like and I'm taking, I would say I'm taking a little longer at that, and even adding extra unnecessary steps to it. With that tutorial alone, as slow and steady pace as it already is, I mean, I'm adding even more extra unnecessary steps to it, but taking even more time than I need to. But that still helps me. So like, I'm just with War Owl's tutorial, I'm taking my time with the AK, and I'm like making sure that I'm firing each shot from the third ahead. I'm not cheating the first and second shots. I'm still practicing those too. In fact, I'm spending more time practicing the first and second shots ahead of time of the third and more shots ahead of it. So with the AK-47, the spread fire, one bullet, two bullets, third bullet ahead a little bit, so you gotta aim that down. Fourth bullet probably ahead of the third bullet that time, so you hit that down a little as well, but not more distance, just a little bit same distance, I think, because there's a spread fire for the AK-47 that goes up like 5 or more bullets, and then it's like it goes to the side like a couple bullets, and it goes to the other side 4 more bullets, and the side 1 or 2 other bullets. It's like it's one of the most predictable spread patterns of the game, but that still means it has a spread pattern. So you have to make sure you know how to work it out. People who play CS:GO without even remotely knowing, ignorantly, without remotely knowing that there's a spread. I knew that there's a spread pattern thing with CS:GO that's realistic to actual guns in real life, but the way CS:GO works is that when they have spread patterns for guns, you have to aim the gun. If you're trying to shoot in the same area, which is what you're most likely you're going to do in the game anyways, if you're trying to shoot in the exact same area consistently, you need to aim your mouse so that you can aim those fires or the shots in the same area, even when the mouse turns in different directions, to accompany that. So with the AK-47, you're having to shoot the gun. You're having to lean the mouse downwards a little bit after some time, and then to the side and to this other side, to aim all those 30 shots in the exact same spot. And if that's assuming you even need to shoot 30 rounds in one kill. You probably won't even just need like 5 or more, or maybe not 5 bullets, depending on how good you are with headshots. If you have headshots, you'll get extreme damage anyways. But like, I'm not even close to that point yet. I need to practice just spread fire anyway. So I've been practicing spread fire for a couple days at a time with CS:GO. Now I wasn't spending all my time on CS:GO. I was making these videos, obviously. I was making these claymation videos going outside, trying to exercise a little bit. I miss my ego, like Olympic sprinting, mind you. That's my technical. I don't care about it being too much like being my personal private life. But the example I'm trying to make is that I'm doing other things other than practicing CS:GO and League. So I just want to get that off the window. But off my chest. So that's with CS:GO. And then with League of Legends, I went to the tutorial again for the first time. There's a lot I can say unpack about my experience with League of Legends, like my philosophies about the game. If it even has to be that deep, unfortunately, that's how I see it though. My philosophies about the gameplay, what I think about the game this late in this technically late stages, if I had to call it that. The fact that I'm I'm not even ranked yet right now. I actually have like 21 levels out of 30 for ranked. So the fact that I'm not even ranked this late into the age of League of Legends kind of tells you a bit about how my experience with it. But I don't know. I have yet to even get to. I think I get from like iron to. Is there even iron? Bronze, iron, gold, diamond, champion, whatever the hell else there is. They probably made more after that anyway. So like yeah, top 2%, top 1%, top 0.1%, whatever. I know there's a top 2%. So yeah. Which is still a big deal, so even that is. But it gets narrower and narrower and narrower. Not all the time, but you know. I know my brother was really good at the game. He actually got all the way to Diamond, and I dare say, I think my brother has good chances of getting to Champion, even though Diamond, he probably would be good with Diamond for now, but I'm not kidding, he actually has Diamond. He's not even, most players who take League seriously don't even get stuck at Gold. Like, they'll at least get to some other higher level that'll make sense for them, but like, you know. There's a meme about being stuck on iron, and being stuck on bronze is just plain pathetic. But I'm saying this, I don't even have ranked yet, so you know. But iron is you're stuck usually stuck in iron if you don't even practice the game in a certain way. If you have a certain strategy that always works in a certain way, that never gets you any higher than iron, and you don't typically get stuck in gold. I'm saying this as someone who took both karate and RTC in grade school. And I know how the ranking works a little bit in that regard, and both in real life and online, I guess. If that was a good enough analogy, but I guess if I had to be more bullshit than that, then I guess I'm sorry. But yeah, with League of Legends, it's like the ranking. I think it could go up or down depending on how many games you win or lose. People, dude, my other younger brother, he got like 1,000 ARAM games. I'm like, dude, I'm not even playing the ranked yet I don't know if they add and remove different features to the League every once in a while. I don't know if they still have Treon Tactics or Twisted Tree Line. I don't know if they still have that in the game anymore. That's why a lot of times when they just have Summoner's Rift, that's most likely what's going to stay in the game most of the time, because it's like Summoner's Rift is a game mode. That might be the only game mode for the rest of the time this game exists. So we're going to call it a game mode even though we only have Teamfight Tactics, which is the other game. They have other game modes in League, by the way. They have other game styles and stuff. They have Valorant. They have that cutesy card game thing. The Teamfight Tactics, which is arranging like an RPG style version of League, which is kind of fun calling it that because League itself is kind of like an RPG anyways, but a different kind MMO, I guess. And then of course they have Arcane, the animated series on Netflix, and there's a lot they can branch into. It's really cool, but you know, I digress. I never digress. Whatever. It's like let's talk a little bit about why I'm at the game. So I love playing Darius and Rammus, and yeah, I'm not a main on either one of those. I could be a Darius main because I'm a little better with that than Rammus, but I very slowly crept into the out of the only 9 champions I have right now. I don't even know why I have Echo unlocked. Like I would rather have unlocked Darius because I only have Echo unlocked. I have 8 other champions and that's it. That's insulting. Like not even most of them are even tanks. I prefer tanks for some reason. I didn't even know I prefer tanks, but I do for some reason. Apparently I prefer tanks. And I have Echo unlocked, which makes no sense because I wouldn't even begin to remotely be good with time travel in a game like this fast paced. But like, and then I understand why I have Ziggs. I don't know why I have I do not know why I have Thresh, even though I probably would be good with Thresh over time. Yeah, I unlocked these champions for some reason. I don't know why I have Annie. Why do I have Annie? Why do I have Annie? I'm probably gonna use her for shits and giggles and sex and jokes. That's it. Like I might be good with her, but yeah. I'm not that bad at League, honestly. I think people's biggest gambits with me is this kind of gets on my nerves a little bit personally, but people's biggest gambit with me in League is that they see me play the game, And once they notice I'm not using certain builds, once I'm using very random, obscure, abstract builds, they'll recommend build sites to me to let me know that there's better ways to do builds. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter if I'm using a build. I'm still winning the game for you, damn it. Maybe I wasn't, but like, it's like I played like a 16 level match with my champion. On I think it was Lux. I played like or some kind of flying character looked like Lux. Some kind of fair character looked like Lux. Not Lux, but someone else. One of the other champions. I played it to 16 levels and I was like, whoa, this game actually was really good. Hype. I'm not even using proper builds. I'm not even. But whenever I do follow builds, I'd have followed builds before based on that advice from other players and from my brother's advice. For the tool sites, like you know how like they had like Garrett tools for Travian. So that's what it was like for League. You had like you have tools to use to help you recommend certain builds for each champion, encounters for champions, and that will either be good or bad. Win your favor, be against your favor, be inevitably guaranteed that you'll win or guaranteed that you'll lose. And that's one of my bigger philosophies with League, honestly, is guaranteeing whether you win or lose is kind of a weird cheapskate way of doing things. But if you have the exact same stats, of course that would be like that. But you know, so unfortunately, but. So I do follow. After a while, I think at first I did follow builds, and after a while I started following builds more often to see if I got the hang of the game. I still forget those builds because they're too hard to remember. Even from my memory, they're hard to remember builds. Geez, I have a really good memory, but I still forget builds. The long story, I guess. But yeah. So I'm not terrible at League. I heard from my cousin that I heard from my brothers that I have a really good reflexive clicking style. And moving style and catching like my hits at the last second, even more than people who recommend doing that the whole time playing they do with their flashes and their smites or their spells, using those over and over. I always wanted. Sometimes I would intentionally never use flash or smite just to spite people, just to literally smite people who always use either flash or smite or at least flash, and just always use other spells so I don't fucking like be the to break the mold a little bit from the cliche. Unfortunately, even though flash is really good from a vast majority of situations in the League, especially in Summer's Rift, but I heard from my brothers I have good clicking, moving reflexes and hitting and attack reflexes and whatever recovery reflexes, and I heard from my cousin I'm just generally good at the game as a beginner at least. That I'm generally just good at the game, even if I look like a noob. I'm still really good at the game as an amateur standpoint. And it's nice to hear stuff like that. But just, you know, I know they're not lying to me. I've seen it happen before. It's like it's a lot of potential I got right now for playing League, even if as slowly and late in the game as I am. I don't know if I'm supposed to call it late stage for either CS:GO or League, but these things were. I think so. That's me talking a little bit about CS:GO, about my training for the spread fire for the AK-47, based on Warl's tutorial, and these are tutorials I can for both games, and talking about a little bit more about League of Legends and some of my philosophies with the game, and some of my. I'll talk about a little bit about the philosophies right now. So one of the philosophies I talked about this in a video on the channel already. So maybe you can check that out. It's called League of Legends mimics anime in not an entirely good way. Watch that video. It's on this channel. If it's on the Castro channel, watch it. So it's a really good video. I might look in the end card. So I talked a little bit too fast in this video, but yeah, that's my thoughts on League of Legends and CS:GO. So take care, everyone. The next video should probably be about. I knew there was an idea. I was like either the claymation music content or the other software related to animation that I was not talking about. So I think it was going to be about. Oh, I think it was going to be about Epic Games. Some of the free games I got. I was going to play soon on Twitch, if I ever got around to that. If I was willing to do that. How much discomfort I can feel for that. Anyways, I was probably going to talk about Mutagen, Troy Total War, Rocket League, Genshin Impact, some of those games from Epic Store that I can play in a second, and I'm talking about them inside. Otherwise, I'll talk about claymation music videos. Either one of those videos I'll talk about. So, take care, guys. Bye.